What's up, Grim Crew? YouTube viewers, if you would like to skip ahead to the gameplay, a timestamp will be provided for you down in the description box below. As for the rest of you who may be watching live as it happens, welcome back to my gaming dungeon. I am your dungeon master for the evening. I am the Grim Gamer. How the hell are ya on this Wednesday night? I am back for part 5 and what should be finale of Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots on the mighty PlayStation 3. But not only that, the finale of this entire Metal Gear series playthrough. The entire saga should be wrapped up tonight. Everything that we have seen since the moment that Big Boss killed the boss has all led up to these final moments. And what a journey it's been. We've been doing this since the beginning of January, and it's been a journey. I will touch base more on that once we get to the end and once credits roll, and I've got a bit more to say about the overall experience that I've had with this series. So last night we got through all the rest of Act 4 on Shadow Moses Island. We had a boss fight with Vamp. Well, first we made it to the underground maintenance base where Rex still was. Then we had the boss fight with Vamp. Raiden comes back. He gets involved. They have a fight. Naomi injects herself with the little syringe thing, and she dies because apparently she had cancer, and, you know, in her words, she was basically like a living, breathing corpse, and shouldn't have even been alive at that point. So Naomi's gone. Then we got to pilot Metal Gear Rex, which is one of the coolest things in the entire series, to be honest with you. I think that is so damn cool. And then once we escaped the underground maintenance base, we had the Rex versus Ray fight, which was epic. Loved every last bit of that. Well, then Liquid disappears again because he was the one piloting Ray. He boards, you know, this giant ship, this giant battleship. They got the rail gun off of Rex before we even got there. That's what he plans on launching his nuke with. After the ensuing battle of the mechs, well, Raiden was there, and, well, there's a little bit of a badass factor that was shown. He's still not cool, but he took off his own arm because he got crushed under some rubble and some things collapsed, and then was able to stop the ship from basically crushing Snake because Ocelot tried to back into him with it. Once again, we thought Raiden was gone, and Liquid makes off in this battleship. Well, Mei Ling shows up with her battleship because she's piloting one these days, an old one, the Missouri, and we set course to try to basically intercept Outer Haven, which is Ocelot's battleship. And once their ship surfaced, because it's like a submarine, in Act 5, we boarded said ship, flubbed up some things there, and I had to take my first continue. I was doing so good. But I screwed up pretty bad, and then I screwed up again following that and kind of just made it work. Then and actually, I forgot, we fought 2 of the B&B unit members. We actually fought Crying Wolf at Shadow Moses. That was even before we got to the maintenance base. So I skipped over all that. Apologies for that. But that happened. And then once we got onto the battleship, we had the boss fight with Screaming Mantis. And then even the, I don't know, spirit, so to speak, of Psycho Mantis showed up. And we even seen the Sorrow off, like, in the distance towards the very end of all that. So that's where we left off. We just finished that boss fight, and we're making our way to the server room to try to, like, implant this virus that is some remnants of Emma's worm cluster messed with by Naomi, and finished by Sunny. So a lot going on there with that. So there shouldn't be a whole lot more left. It's actually, I think this part might be a lot of cutscenes compared to gameplay for the most part. But we got to finish it, right? So that's what we're getting ready to do. So I want to apologize to Meryl, because we basically left her hanging after last night. She was supposed to be holding off the frogs so that, you know, we can continue on. Hopefully she's still holding off the frogs. So either way, let's jump back in. Again, this is part 5 and what should be finale of not only Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, but the entire Metal Gear saga. So let's get back into it. Here we go. I still have the operator out. I don't need the Mantis doll anymore at this point. Let's get rid of that. You know what? I don't even think I've used the operator at all. But I didn't even use the SOCOM in Shadow Moses, which I probably should have. So let's break that out now.
Enough is enough, Snake. You can't take any more of this. It's not about winning or losing.
Tons of dying men enforce attention like these farms where words are spent. They are seldom spent.
Why don't we get somebody else?
It's our duty. Finish it.
With everything that's gone on, right? Up to this point, you know, it's like Snake at this point is, I feel like what I should be getting out of this, hearing these voices, is Snake kind of going over in his mind everything that's been talked about, everything that's been said, you know, up to this point, and just kind of reflecting as we have to press forward.
I've got nothing to lose. You were the lightning in that rain. Can still shine through the darkness.
The lightning in that rain line, I really did enjoy. I did like that quite a bit. It's kind of a badass line from Snake.
Go! Hurry!
Sorry.
We'll meet again on the other side.
Time to do your duty. Failure will spell doom for the human race.
Go!
Oh, I was saying, what happened? I'm not pushing on the thumbstick anymore. It just keeps charging forward. But the game took over. It's like, wait a minute, what happened? No, yeah, Meryl's still holding off the frogs. Sorry about that. I thought something happened to my controller there for a second.
Come on, Snake. I can't hold out much longer. Damn it! I can't protect anyone.
Yeah, no, that's a
Can't.
pretty dire situation there. Woo! Look at this dude.
Meryl!
Walking up like a boss.
Johnny!
Even though he hasn't been this entire
Johnny, you all
time.
right?
Here.
Huh. You trying to make up for being late?
Meryl. I'll never leave you alone again.
Cover!
Clear!
Clear and starts firing. Normally isn't clear when there's nothing around to worry about.
Ready!
probably use people's nanomachines to manipulate their behavior. No nanomachines, no control.
But don't you?
No! I don't have any nanomachines in me!
What?
Every time we had mandatory shots, I ducked out.
Don't tell me you knew this was gonna happen.
Nah, I just hate needles.
I'm with you, Johnny.
That's why you were always out of sync with the team.
I tried to keep track of everybody's data on my wearable, but I could never keep up.
And why you weren't affected in Europe on the Volta.
Yep.
Yep.
Asshole.
Hey.
Johnny, I'm running low.
Don't worry, I got these from Drebin. Meryl.
Johnny, I never knew. All those horrible things I said.
Forget it.
All those stomach aches? Was that because the nanomachines weren't there to suppress them?
Yeah.
But if you're afraid of shots, why'd you join my team?
I wanted to be near you. To protect you.
Johnny?
Meryl. I've always loved you. Ever since Shadow Moses, when I first laid eyes on you.
So funny that they added him in as the guard
You've
from
got
there.
a hell of a sense of timing.
Yeah, no
What'd you
shit,
say?
Johnny.
I'd have to say, no.
You'd rather stay single? Okay, but we don't have to make it official.
No.
Well, how about we just move in together then?
Nope.
Nope. See, look at this teamwork, though.
Why?
Clip.
Is there something wrong with me?
No. I'd just rather do things my way. Johnny. Marry me.
Huh?
I'll say it again. Marry me.
Sure. It'd be my pleasure.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
Oh, don't worry about the bullets in the legs or nothing.
don't even think about cheating on me.
I wouldn't dare.
No, hell no, you wouldn't.
And I want a real wedding. With flowers and a cake.
I don't know if this is the time for all this right now. Y'all a little surrounded.
It's been my dream since I was a little girl.
So ridiculous.
I want to be a bride. Take me home, Johnny.
If I remember, there's something I want to talk about these two at the end. Okay, use the SOCOM for a second, but that's not gonna get it done. Get off of me. Come on. Oh, wow. Oh boy. Oh, nope, not items. Not items. I have none. Wow, do they just keep coming? Is that what's going on? Oh, jeez. Off of me. Oif. Damn. Seems if I stand in the doorway, they can't get to me, it seems like. And I have no ammo. That's great. I got 800 for this. Damn, man. No, give me... Actually, you know what? Probably could have just ran on past and just got it over with, but I didn't realize they were just going to keep coming. Oh yeah, we're not doing good. Oh, Snake.
Snake?
Oh no.
Snake!
This is all kinds of bad. Oh man. Look, barely clinging onto life by like holding on by a thread.
Gone. The shots. They're not working.
Come on! Get up! On your feet, Snake!
We're having a hard time here, buddy. I don't know if you realize this. What stance is that exactly? Like, whoa. He's back.
I am lightning. The rain transformed.
He just got Vulcan powers now? Look at that psyche going back up. Oh yeah, we're still in bad shape. Step aside.
Snake, leave this to me. I'll go to the server room.
The corridor's full of microwaves. One of us is enough.
My body is a machine. I can take it.
Yeah, but could he though? Wouldn't it like start frying like if he's got
Maybe a
circuits and
machine.
stuff or whatever?
But your heart is human. You've got a life to go back to.
She means nothing to me now.
Raiden, look at me. You still have your youth. Don't
Sorta?
waste it. You can start over.
I mean, how long could he live in
From
this
here
state?
on,
You know?
This is my fight. We tore the world apart. Made your life a living hell. It's my duty to put an end to all of this.
All right. I'll make sure they don't get through.
Stay with me, Snake. Hold on until we insert the virus.
And why they're just standing there with knives when they had guns? They can just pull out guns, start shooting. I have no idea, but
Otacon, lock it from the inside.
Done.
Thank you, Snake.
you see, I mean, it was a little, I don't know, not a great time for Meryl and Johnny, but it's kind of like their last stand, and now it's like kind of like here's Raiden's last stand. I guess everybody's last stand, I guess, for that matter. Oh, Snake. Starting to really feel bad for the guy, man. Oy.
longer you stay in there, the greater damage you'll take. Get through there as quickly as possible.
I'm going, but it's a crawl here, man. Oh, and then there's Ray. My health is depleting quick. I can't change it. It's staying on the solid eye, so. Oh.
Snake?
Come on, Snake. Oh, Johnny just got hit again. Oh man. Oh. Man, come on, Snake. Come on. Come on, Snake. Ray's about to take out Mei Ling and her guys. It's all bad. It's all bad. Damn. Meryl and Johnny are getting turned to Swiss cheese. Come on, Snake. Come on, Snake.
Don't give up on me, Snake.
Come on, Snake. The old dog of war. Come on. Even the Mark III is taking a beating here too. Come on, Snake. Oh, and Sonny.
We're running out of time. You've got to keep moving.
I'm trying, Otacon. Oh. Come on, Snake. Come on. Come on, Snake. Just a little further, dude. Man. Seeing this character, and I love characters like this. You know, being able to do something that they shouldn't be able to do. It's like Snake here is giving it everything he has and then some. Like, he shouldn't be able to do this. So that almost here he's this legendary soldier, right? And it's almost like he's an underdog here. Like I mean, I know it's just a game character, but it's like, man, I feel for the guy. And it's you just gotta root for him, you know. You like your Snake crispy? Ugh.
graveyard in here.
Otacon, can you do it?
Leave it to me.
Well, if Otacon can just come up here and do it, then what'd Snake even have to go through the microwave hallway for anyway? Well, that's neat. You know what I mean? Like, why even send him down there? If Otacon can just do it with this machine. Oh, wait, is this like a view from one of those little stupid things again? That's right, it is, isn't it? So, I guess that's why you would want Snake to go down there, so he can protect the little Mark III while it's doing its thing. I guess that makes sense. Really riding again? See, Gray Fox wouldn't have let this happen. How are they gonna even survive? They've been shot so many times. Imagine that, just clasping the hands and just accepting your fate at that point. There's nothing else you can do. Come on, Otacon.
We did it!
It's over.
They did it! Johnny!
What up, Ray? Bye, Ray. this stupid thing's off of me. Ugly looking little fuckers.
Wait a minute. The worm is still spreading. And it's not
Stopping at GW. Is it removing the other clones? No. Wait. I don't believe this. Naomi.
What is it?
JD is
being erased.
Snake. Hal. It's you, isn't it? I hope you're listening. The virus you uploaded is using GW as a conduit to annihilate the entire AI network. It's set to destroy all 4 AIs, along with JD, the core that tied them all together.
Why couldn't you tell us all that before,
I set this video
you
to
know,
play back once they're all gone.
give us that information going in? Guess dramatic effect, I guess.
Sons of the Patriots was only the beginning. The Patriots were planning to use nanomachines to implement the system over the entire population. I had an obligation to stop it. With a little help from Sunny. She helped me.
Sonny.
She believed her talents could help you all put GW to rest. What she created was an anti-AI Fox dye. But this virus's name is Fox Alive. It's the conceptual opposite of the nanomachines that I created all those years ago. We wish to free the captured foxes, to let them run free in the wild. By the time you hear this, I'm afraid I'll be gone. It's a strange feeling, leaving a message to be delivered after you've died.
Again, what I don't get is why didn't she at least stick around until after all this was done? You know?
If you're listening.
Like, she just picked, to me, such an awkward time to eliminate herself, essentially, and then just hope all the rest of it works out. I don't know. Feels a little odd to me.
It hurt me more than anything else, lying to you like that. I wanted to apologize to you before, but I never got the chance.
Naomi.
And yet, in the end, you helped me feel the joy of living. Thank you, Hal. Thank you. Hal. Hear me. Our country is an innocent child once more. A new dawn is rising. Now, she can build a new destiny for herself. Snake, the time has come. You've earned your rest. The rose petal is about to fall.
Snake? Snake! Snake!
Why wouldn't that be something? If she's like, oh, you've earned your rest, and that was just it. You know, if it just ended right there. That'd been some shit. Kind of at a loss for words here. It's a lot to take in. I just, just feel for so many of these characters. And I don't know. I think after seeing what so many have gone through and over the course of this entire story, it's, what do you say?
Snake, wait here. I'll get a medic.
And how did he get here?
Enough! Stop this pointless fighting! This is no war!
Did Otacon literally go in and get him and drag him out there? I kind of doubt that. Uh-oh. Oh, it's you.
Rise and shine, Snake. Look, the war is over.
Think about Ocelot's journey from the beginning to end here.
Stopped us. Stopped you. Why would I want to do that? This is just as I'd hoped things would end.
Then why have you been trying to kill him?
Father's time. Before Zero gave birth to the Patriots. The US, China, and the Soviet Union formed a secret pact. The organization they created was called the Philosophers. Through 2 world wars, it spread its roots and extended its reach. After that, the Philosophers splintered, and factions began to squabble over the fortune they'd amassed.
As groups do with money.
Philosophers' legacy. A massive cache of funds.
It will
that would
always
later provide
happen.
The foundation for Zero's Patriots. Zero sought to use his riches to achieve world domination. Our father, Big Boss, sought to free himself from that chokehold. His dream was to create an army of free citizens, one that
I like the screenshots from all the other games. That's cool.
Heaven. But he failed because of you. 9 years ago, I tried to free us from the control of our genes. 4 years later, our dear brother Solidus sought to free us from
Looks
the
like I
control
saw
of the Patriots'
screenshots
genes.
from the original and the
All of
Twin
that,
Snakes
all of it,
version both
was
in there, so
nothing
they
more
included
than a
both.
process
That's
of
cool.
Trial and error, the end result of which is Outer Haven. To be free from sons of the Patriots, the ultimate form of external control imposed on the Patriot soldiers. Free from Foxdie. Free from the system. Free from ID control. Our minds free from their prisons. That is the haven I've yearned for.
Oh yeah, just give me the overdose there, Ocelot. Damn.
final moment. The battle has ended, but we are not yet free. The war is over, but we still have a score to settle. Show me what you've got, Snake!
Come on, Snake. Damn! Okay, Snake should be dead at this point. Damn. No, broken jaw, broken orbital bones. It's all over. Aha! Gave me chills. Ugh. Ugh. Come on, Snake. Aha. Oh. Like they still got respect for each other or something almost, right? It's like, all right, one more round. It's the warriors in them, man. I can block or something? Damn, I'm getting killed here. Go ahead and taunt me, bud. Damn it.
Right behind you.
I like that MGS1 music there, too. Liquid Ocelot, Tanker Incident. Oif! Oh, damn it.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
Oif!
Take this.
Damn it.
Take this.
Ooh, gut shot.
Take this. Take this.
Oh, wrong button.
Take this.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up losing this one big time.
Take this.
Yep. Damn it.
Snake, are you all right? Snake?
Well, there's another continue. I was afraid I was gonna end up having to take 1 or 2 in this fight, because... Oh, and then we gotta start the whole fight over again. That's right. That sucks. Damn it. I want him to do something specific, and I can't... Wow.
Give it up.
Yeah! Kick his ass! Kick his ass! I mean, there's no way I can block that, or what? Man. Snake! Yeah, go ahead and taunt me!
Splendid, brother.
No, go ahead. Taunt me some more. Say block, Snake, damn it. I'm trying to get a rhythm down and I just can't. Oh, damn it. Walked right into that one, too. Get away from that pole. Can't really see what's going on here. On the ground. Again, I seen it coming. No! Ugh! How do I keep missing that?
Snake, you can't die! No! Snake! Snake!
I know, I really wish, like, attack was square and not, like, R1 and... I don't know. They're just the. Like, I feel like the controls are a little funky there or something. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, wrong button. Damn it. Crap. Give it. There it is. Splendid, brother. Alright, phase 2. Again, for the 3rd time. Stupid. How much that takes out of me, man. Seems like he's got so much more reach. CQC, buddy. It's not what I was going for, but I'm about to die again, man.
Take this.
Oh, next stage, which is not gonna matter since... Oh, I got a little health back, I guess. Oh!
Give it.
What a thrill. With darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Take this.
Searching and welcome to you.
Damn it!
What a feeling.
What the heck? What?
But you're so free. I give my life.
Wait, can I not grab him in this state?
In my time, there'll be no one
Take this.
It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream.
Take this. It's not over yet.
I wish it were. I got a little too close there, didn't I? Oh, bitch. Oh. God, it's like hands of stone, man. Oh, is it like third or fourth times the charm? It sucks. Well, we got there. What a fight. Goodness.
This is only the beginning, Snake. America will descend into chaos. It'll be the Wild West all over again. No law, no order. Fire will spread across the world. The people will fight, and through battle, they will know the fullness of life. At last, our Father's will is out in heaven, is complete. Somewhere out there, I know he's laughing. We are beasts created by man. Unless the light is put out, the shadows cannot be erased. So long as there is light, erasing shadows will do no good. I am Liquid's doppelganger, and you are his. Just like your father. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Pretty good.
After all this time, it's the end of Ocelot.
Sonny's program destroyed JD's brain, but left the brainstem intact. She analyzed Naomi's black box and separated the Patriots' control system from the vital lifelines of society. Water, air, electricity, food, medicine, communication, transportation. She cut off the Patriots' control while preserving modern civilization.
Good for you, Sonny.
Maybe it was her way of avenging Olga, her mother. Or maybe she wanted to shape the future into her own ideal image.
Oh, Snake.
Maybe
Man.
it was just one big defragmentation. Fox Alive. The AI is truly a living thing. The Patriots' reign has crumbled away. And still, our civilization, a civilization that has thrived on war since the dawn of time, lives on. I wonder if we did the right thing. Naomi. What did we lose? What did we save?
Intense.
You look amazing.
Well, looks like she at least covered well, I suppose. Yeah, it looked like she wasn't going to make it there for a minute. Oh, hey, Roy.
Congratulations.
Oh, Mei Ling.
Colonel.
Hello to you too, daughter.
You're going to walk me down the aisle.
Well, did you have to point a gun at him first in order to tell him that?
You're not angry anymore.
Oh, I'm still mad. But now, you've got a chance to win me over.
It's a start.
You're right. We have plenty of time now. Meryl, you look beautiful.
She does. And the thing, the lucky guy is Johnny. Really? Who'd have thunk that? Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, the rest of her team did survive. You know, after the Volta, I thought the other two guys, Ed and the other guy, I thought they were gone, but no, I guess they're still there. I guess they're doing all right. They just didn't accompany them on the last part of the mission, I guess. And maybe they were too wounded from the Volta incident. Oh, that's Sonny. Aww.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join these two in holy matrimony. Let us give thanks for the life they will soon share, and pray they have love everlasting.
Yeah, Johnny cleans up nice too, I guess.
Now, let's all send this new team on their first mission.
Huh?
Hey, go on, do it.
Yeah, come on, Johnny. What the hell are you waiting on, man? Christmas? Yo, Drebin, really?
Just in time.
Drebin.
And I brought gifts.
I guess you did.
Shower of flowers, compliments of Drebin.
Okay.
And a little something extra from me.
I mean, I don't know. This kind of looks like some type of like military airstrip. They just let this kid just walk around whenever he wants with a fishing pole or whatever it is he's got in his hand. Okay. Sure, just let the monkey get drunk. It's cool. Well, Drebin, I gotta say, that was a nice touch.
The bouquet.
Aww. Mei Ling, your day will come someday.
Where's Snake?
Who knows? That guy always keeps you waiting.
Sonny, come on.
Snake. Thank you.
Yeah, what a happy scene. Oh, right. Yep. This sorry sack. No, at least they made him look somewhat normal. He's got arms again, at least. Guess that's the only thing that's nice about a cybernetic, you know, machine body. You can just reconstruct it, I suppose.
Jack, how are you feeling? Do you mind if I sit down?
Yeah, way to be an ass there, Raiden.
Jack. Don't shut me out. I need you to listen to me.
What do you want? Come to laugh at me?
No. Woe is me.
Look. Look at the boy.
Cute. Campbell's kid.
No. He's yours.
I don't have any kids.
He's your son.
You said miscarriage.
I lied.
Of course you did.
I had a healthy baby boy. Roy pretended to be my husband, to protect me and our son. Only until you completed your mission, to shield us from Patriot eyes.
It's a hell of a cover story.
He didn't even tell Meryl. He sacrificed everything, even his family, to protect us.
I don't believe it.
I'm sorry, Jack. I wanted to tell you.
So he's really...
John, aren't you going to say hello?
My son. Little John.
Little John. I thought of Robin Hood right then for some reason. I don't know why.
Scared of me, huh? I don't blame you. It's okay.
I'm not scared. I think you're cool. Kinda like a comic book superhero.
John.
Rose. I'm done running.
Until the event of Rising, when I'm going to abandon both of you. Taken away from the moment, I shouldn't do that, because, you know what? As much as I don't really care for the character much, and I've been complaining about him since, too. I mean, the character progression with Raiden, and, like, now he's here, right?
No longer afraid.
It's like, how much more of a happy ending can you get? You know, and Snake even told you got your youth, you got a...
Leave you alone again.
You know, you got a life to go back to, and here it is. And it's like, how much better does it get, you know? It doesn't.
scene from Beauty and the Beast.
Don't say that. You're no beast. You're my husband. And his father. And me, I'm going to do my very best to be the wife and mother this family deserves.
That's where his story should have ended, right there. Done. That's it. Again, I'll maybe touch base on Rising again here in just a little bit, but... There's a boy. So what a life you have lived, Snake.
War has changed. Our time has ended. Our war is over. But there's one more thing I must do. One last punishment I must endure. Erase my genes. Wipe this meme from the face of the earth. This is my final mission.
I think it'd be crazy that that's the only life you know is war and fighting, right? And just to look at that gun now that everything is over, like what could be running, through your mind? Like this is my life right here. This is all it's ever been. Like I'd just be heavy. That fox dies mutating and it could become a virus that can't be controlled. Oh. Well, at least we get back to this joyous scene.
Nothing beats a stiff drink, huh?
I didn't know you drank. I thought it was strictly soda for you.
Not like I never touched the stuff. Sorta just agreed with the nanos better. The nano machines break down alcohol before it has a chance to get you drunk.
What a drag.
Oh, that explains it. No need to hold back anymore, huh?
Yeah, well, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows. A lot of folks lost their entire sense of being the moment SOP went offline.
You mean SOPS? I heard some people are going through withdrawals. SOP syndrome.
Yep. SOP kept more than just alcohol under control. Those poor slobs are virtually naked now.
From what I hear, over 10% are showing symptoms. I guess getting rid of the Patriots won't solve all our problems overnight.
You, probably already suspected this, but I'm not actually an employee of AT Security.
Huh?
You liar.
The Patriots raised me to be a gun launder.
The Patriots?
My earliest memories are of the LRA.
Lord's Resistance Army.
They kidnapped me, forced me to fight. Yep, you're staring at a former child soldier. My parents, brothers and sisters, all killed in the war. Guess that makes me what you'd call a war orphan.
Wasn't paying attention. I kind of missed that.
After that, the Patriots picked me up and brought me into the family business. I was Drebin, number 893. There's a whole lot of pawns like me all over the world. How do you suppose I laundered guns like I did? 'Cause they let me. In fact, I was under strict orders to back you guys from the start.
You what?
Hey, man. Don't take it personal. I wasn't the only one under their orders.
Huh? Meryl and...
They probably never realized it themselves, but... Rat Patrol, Team 01. Voila.
Patriot.
Played like a violin.
But why?
Obviously, Liquid's plot was a threat to the Patriots. So they planned to have you guys take care of it.
Didn't turn out quite how they planned, though, did it?
Yeah, well, I don't think they expected you to crash their system and wipe them out.
So, does that mean you're out of a job now?
Hell no, man.
I got the Drebins. All the Drebins in the world are in on it. From now on, we're in business for ourselves. We are pawns no more.
Easy there.
The White House might have lost its taste for unilateralism, started to rebuild. But there's a lot of failed states out there that went bankrupt from their PMC habits, and they owe a shitload of money. Now, only question is, who's gonna pick up the tab? I'm sure these new governments will try and keep it under control with PMC corporate reform laws, but it ain't gonna be good enough. They all sunk up to their eyeballs in the war economy. Might not be a new world order, but the old order under the war economy's gone for good. I'm guessing the UN is gonna be more important than ever, what with multilateralism and all. A certain president said it best back during the Cold War. For in the development of this organization rests the only true alternative to war. Then again, UN itself's just an old 20th century relic. And if you think about it, when you look at its history, it ain't that different from the Patriots.
Ah, that's right. The nanomachines used to keep you sober.
Crush. Mix. Burn. Repeat.
Hey, Sonny.
Uncle Hal, can I give him the Mark III?
What?
He's kinda a new friend. He lives near here. We can't understand each other's language, but we're having fun. He's my very first outside friend.
Really? That's great. Sonny, it's okay if you want to live outside now. It's your life. There are other havens out there.
The sun looks so pretty.
Sonny.
I like it outside.
She's not kind of stumbling over her words or nothing now either.
Uncle Hal, when is Snake coming back?
Snake. Is sick. So he went on a trip to help him get better.
We're not going with him?
No. He needs to be alone.
I wonder if I'll ever see him again.
Snake had a hard life.
Indeed.
He needs some time to rest.
Are you crying, Uncle Hal?
No. I'm not crying.
When we saw, you know, how when we saw you know, how things ended up for Olga, you know, at least, you know, her kid is, oh, Jennifer Hale was Little John too, huh? That's interesting. But you know, it's like enemy soldier Nolan North, my boy Nolan North was in here somewhere. That's cool. Nathan Drake. Voice of God? I don't remember hearing that. So, you know, at least, you know, one of them, one character that we got to see there is at least linked to another character is at least going to be able to hopefully live a pretty good life after all of this, right? And she's so young that Snake, that she's still got a chance, you know, to live a good life.
That's right. Good. No need for you to go just yet. It's been a long time, Snake.
The one that started it all.
Big Boss.
Well, somewhat. One of the ones that started it all. Big Boss himself. I mean, what a cool way to end the series playthrough, right? Half of it was Big Boss's story. The second half, Solid Snake, and to converge at the end, it's so damn cool. Still got that CQC, man.
Let it go, my son. I'm not here to fight. Or should I call you brother?
What?
It's over. Time for you to put aside the gun and live.
Seems like that was a running theme at the end of many of these games. Somebody telling the protagonist, you just need to live, you need to live.
It all began with a bunch of old fools. Now, they've all passed away. Their era of folly is over. I'm the only one left, and soon I'll be gone too.
How can you still be alive?
That body, liquid burned on the Volta, wasn't mine. That was the body of a clone. Solidus. He was a perfect clone. Zero and the proxy AIs that came after him were convinced that Solidus was me. I was implanted with nanomachines, kept in a state of eternal sleep by JD and the proxy AI.
I wonder where, though.
They had me sealed away completely. Not only my physical body, but my will, too. The technology was similar to what they used to restrain the B&B members you encountered. For me to wake again, the system had to be destroyed, one way or another. Ocelot and Eva wanted two things: to bring me back to life, and to end the Patriots. That meant destroying the AI and killing the man, JD and Zero. Right before you uploaded the virus into GW, the way to JD was opened, but only through the physical manifestation of GW. That's when we finally learned the location of this man, Zero. For me, and for them, for Naomi. Nothing was more important. And it was for that they put their grand scheme into motion. Eva stole my body from them and reconstructed it by replacing the missing parts with pieces from Liquid and Solidus.
What, you're burnt to a crisp, skin and everything?
In order to fool the
Really?
system,
How?
Used nanomachines and psychotherapy to transplant Liquid's personality onto his own. He used hypnotic suggestion to turn himself into Liquid's mental doppelganger. For all our advances in nanotechnology, information and genetic control, they've never managed to control people at will, let alone turn one person totally into another. Under certain conditions, someone can be made to play a specific role. Act like someone else. Cats do love to play as snakes. It all started with him. Zero.
Major Zero. It's crazy to think when we started all this, he was just, the commanding officer, basically,
Zero
and then
grew old, and by the end, his Patriots were being
to turn
run by a
everything into
network without
this.
shape
That's
or form.
crazy.
What do you mean, without shape or form?
The proxies were only one small part of the vast cycle that Zero created. The corporations, for-profits, and research institutions that comprise the military-industrial complex were part of it too. They operated on budgets automatically allotted to them by the proxies. Accounts maintained by the Patriots. The network covered everything from weapons R&D and investment to production and marketing. It encompassed the people, the companies, even the laws that protect them. Politics and economics became nothing more than iterations of the same oppressively uniform system. I don't think anyone realized that it was all a setup, a mere set of norms. The Patriots were those norms, a neural network reduced to its simplest form. That's what they really represented. Uniformity without individual will, without change. But then one day, those norms suddenly deviated from that pattern and underwent a mutation. It was like the birth of a new life form. The system found a new way to propagate itself. War. The norms the Patriots had crafted for their unified state quickly became dependent on a single business, the war economy. Meanwhile, the political cause of creating a cleaner, safer battlefield provided a convenient catalyst. By then, the system was no longer being steered by Zero's will, or anyone else's.
Completely
It was
took on a
then
life of
the
its own.
norms, manifested as AIs, the inheritors of Zero's will, began to reproduce and take on a life of their own. Zero's original intent was to carry on the boss's will and establish a unified world state, an inside world. But his successors failed to carry on his will. Eventually, JD became the very age itself, propagating its will as it pleased, and this age chose to act through economics instead of nation-states. Powered by the industrial and digital revolutions that came before it, this age gave birth to a twisted economic revolution, a battlefield revolution. It created a new world without substance. In this new world, there were no ideologies, no principles, no ideals, not even the thing she treasured
So instead of just
most,
stripping away the
loyalty.
borders, like the boss had said,
It was
stripped
only the
away
war
everything.
economy. It was a colossal error in judgment, one Zero couldn't possibly have foreseen.
Nothing mattered except for just war at that point.
With the American system in a state of collapse, the Patriot society has reverted to a blank slate. This man was the source of it all. And he doesn't even realize it. He's completely unaware of the fact that he led the world to the brink of ruin. Even with so much bad blood between us, it's funny. Now that I'm actually face to face with him again, the hatred is gone. All I feel is a deep sense of longing and pity.
It's crazy that the guy standing in front of him is the reason why Solid Snake exists.
Or did he fear me? Huh. It's too late to ask him now. The original members, Paramedic, Sigint, Eva, Ocelot, they've all passed on. Only Zero is left. Everything has its beginning, but it doesn't start at one. It starts long before that, in chaos. The world is born from zero. The moment zero becomes one is the moment the world springs to life. One becomes two, two becomes 10, 10 becomes 100. Taking it all back to one solves nothing. So long as zero remains, one will eventually grow to 100 again. And so, our goal was to erase Zero. Even the mighty Patriots began with a single man. That one man's desires grew huge, bloated, absorbed technology, began to manipulate the economy. We realized too late that we had created a beast. We had helped turn Zero into 100. His sin was ours. And for that reason, I'm taking it upon myself to send Zero back to nothing.
So much history right there.
You going back to Zero as well?
erased me 2 times before. Today will mark the 3rd. The fox die Zero planted in you. It's already begun eating away at my body.
Drebin.
Truth is, the fox die in you is what killed Eva and Ocelot.
What are you talking about?
Naomi. She told me everything.
When, though? Imagine by the time, like, you woke back up, she was already dead.
They did it again.
So how did she manage that? Or is that another one of those videos that she played back, you know?
Kill me.
Yeah, maybe it was just some video file that
the Patriots
he listened to that she told him everything.
Proxies. In order to bury us. They did it again. In the end, they're no more than a program. All they can do is repeat the same pattern over and over again. Do me a favor, will you? Take me over to her. There's one more thing Naomi wanted me to tell you. About the old fox die in your body. The one that mutated. The new fox die inside you continues to multiply. At the same time, it is preventing the old mutated fox die from reproducing. The new fox die is uprooting the old. Naomi confirmed it in her follow-up. The mutants are receding. Before long, they'll be gone entirely.
Does that mean the mutant strain won't cause an epidemic?
It will only live as long as you do. But even then, the process will just repeat itself. One day, the new fox die too will start to mutate and become a new threat. That is, if you manage to live that long.
Which, from Shadow Moses incident till now, is about 9 years or so, they said, and they've already still only given Snake, what, like one?
Am I going to die?
Because of the
Everyone dies.
Way that he was created, essentially.
You can't stop it. You can't run away from it. Let me tell you something. Don't waste the life you have left fighting. I never thought of you as a son. But I've always respected you as a soldier and as a man. If you'd been in my place back then, maybe you wouldn't have made that I did. Ever since the day I killed the boss with my own hands, I was already dead. Boss, you were right. It's not about changing the world. It's about doing our best to leave the world the way it is. It's about respecting the will of others and believing in your own. Isn't that what you fought for? At last, I understand the meaning behind what you did. At last, I understand the truth behind your courage. It's almost time for me to go. And with me, the last ember of this fruitless war dies out. And at last, those old evils will be gone. Once the source of evil returns to zero, a new one, a new future will be born. That new world is yours to live in, not as a snake, but as a man. Know this. Zero and I, liquid and solidus, we all fought a long, bloody war for our liberty. We fought to free ourselves from nations,
Hey,
and
young.
systems, and norms and
Yeah,
ages.
we did.
But no matter how hard we tried, the only liberty we found was on the inside, trapped within those limits. The boss and I may have chosen different paths, but in the end, we were both trapped inside the same cage. Liberty.
I got a lot to say.
But you...
Give me a few more minutes.
You have been given freedom. Freedom to be outside. You are nobody's tool now. no one's toy. You are no longer a prisoner of fate. You are no longer a seed of war. It's time for you to see the outside world with your own eyes. Your body and your soul are your own. Forget about us. Live for yourself. And find a new lease on life. Boss, you only need one snake. No. The world would be better off without snakes.
Right?
This is good, isn't it?
Okay. Well, my brother warned me about this particular song and how it gets copyright hit, so we're going to just turn that off. Oh, man. So, what an ending to this journey. I say this journey. I started this playthrough, this series playthrough back in January. It's been I don't have any other word to describe it. It's been a trip. And to do it in chronological order, you know, and seeing how it all plays out, and at the very end with Big Boss at the boss's grave, and it was essentially him taking the boss's life that put all of this into motion and led all the way up to this point. It's an amazing story. And there's so many chapters to it, and there's so many layers, so many characters. You know, to take a moment to think about all these different characters, some of them so iconic. Obviously, Big Boss, Solid Snake, but then some of your other ones, the Boss, Liquid Snake. I'll even throw Otacon in there. You know, Raiden, arguably. But then, other ones, even some of the other villains, even Sniper Wolf, Falcon Raven, Vamp, and then to think how many other characters over the course of this whole thing that you don't really think about all that much. Chico, Paz, how big of a hand Huey, Otacon's father, had in so many of these different things. There's so many layers to it. And I'm I'm glad that I did this the way that I did. I said at the very beginning when I started the first game in this series, or the first one chronologically, which was Snake Eater, that I wasn't a stranger to this series. I'd been watching my brother play them for years. I had just never played any of them myself, with the exception of MGS1 on the PS1. But I had seen a couple of these games all the way through multiple times since I'd watched my brother play them. But there were some of the games that I'd only seen bits and pieces of and didn't really remember very well. And then there were a couple of games that I had seen nothing from. They were complete new experiences for me. So as I went, there were chapters of it that I was familiar with, some that I may have seen here or there, but only got bits and pieces, and other chapters that I knew nothing about. So I still discovered other parts of the story as I went along. And it was a hell of a story. Hell of a journey. It's a journey that I will never do again. I will say that now. Never again will I play all 10 of these games back to back. It's a lot. To be quite honest, there's, unfortunately, I feel like only a select few that I would ever go back and play again. There were some of these I felt were a real drag to get through. And others were phenomenal. My brother had told me a long time ago that as far as he's concerned, the series revolves around 4 games. You can get basically the entire story with Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the rest doesn't really matter. And as I appreciate a bunch of the other games, and I'm glad that I went through them to get all of the other context and all of the other information, all of the narrative, I feel I can agree with him. A lot of it was filler that didn't really mean anything. MGS5 was horrible for that. Portable Ops, even though apparently semi-canon or not canon, take your pick, seems like nobody really truly seems to know, didn't really add anything. Peace Walker, maybe with the exception of they were experimenting with the AIs even way back then, that would, I guess, later become, JD and GW. And that's another character that I even failed to mention was Dr. Strangelove, back then. So they were experimenting with all of the AI stuff even long before it got implemented with, like, Sons of the Patriots. Even Peace Walker doesn't really add, in my opinion, all that much that's really that important. So, with a couple of those other titles, I could see kind of how Big Boss as a character. So, because if I only would have done Snake Eater, that's the only context I really would have had of Big Boss. Because really, by the time you get to the Solid Snake portion of this entire story, Big Boss is just, slandered and his name dragged through the mud. And evidently, that's all propaganda by the Patriots from Zero and his group and then his AIs later on down the road. You don't really understand the man himself, with the exception of the events that happens in Snake Eater, unless you play the other ones. You kind of get a better understanding of who Big Boss is, his motivations and all that with playing a couple of those other games. Even still, as much as I enjoyed getting more backstory or just more story about that character itself, the games themselves are a drag to get through. All three of them, Peace Walker, Portable Ops, and MGS5, all suffered from the same major problem, and that was the main story takes place in chapters where you have to go back to other, you like do one mission and then you're back to a menu and then you're micromanaging things, and it completely kills any momentum that the games were making and completely takes you out of the action and the story. For a game, okay, like a game like Portable Ops on the PSP, taking it on the go, I can understand to a degree. Being able to play a mission or two and then shut it down because I got to where I was going to go, or, I only had a certain amount of time to play, just these couple missions or whatever. It works in that aspect, but as far as the game and the narrative, it just kills the momentum and it breaks it up way too much. And again, for a PSP game, that's fine. But something like MGS5, to me, it made the entire game an absolute mess. So in all of that rambling, my point is that playing, I like the fact that Assassin's Creed logo's in there. The fact that MGS 1, 2, 3, and 4, they all tell this great story, from beginning to end. But then, something like 5, even though it's a main console release, it's broken up the way that it is. It wasn't great. So my point is the ones that I enjoyed would be, I played the Twin Snakes version instead of the original version on the PS1, but I'd already done that. So whether it's the original version or the Twin Snakes, we'll just call it the Shadow Moses incident. Take your pick. I'd play those. Even 2. I know a lot of people enjoy MGS 2. But, they even say, Ocelot even says, this is a recreation of Shadow Moses. Well, then what do I need to play that for then? I'll just go back and play the Shadow Moses incident again. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Snake, wait up. You forgot these.
No thanks. I'm quitting.
Snake.
These things will kill you.
The cigarettes.
Where will you go? Our fight is finished. There's nothing left for us to do.
No. There's one thing I still have to do. I have to see this age off. See what the future brings.
Sounds good to me. I'll go with you.
Otacon, I'm gonna be dead soon. You don't have to come.
You said it yourself, Snake. There's nothing inside you can pass on to the next generation. No genes, no memes. You're man-made. You're a beast.
I know. A blue rose. There won't be any happy Beauty and the Beast ending for me. What little time I have left will be spent living as a beast. A shadow of the inside. Of the old age.
Exactly. That's why you need me. As a witness.
A witness?
Yeah. Someone on the outside to bear witness to your final days. Someone to pass on your story. Not that I'm the only witness. But I'll remember everything you were.
I wonder if that's
stick with you to the end.
A nod to the player. They'll remember everything that you've done, your story.
Besides, you wouldn't let me suffer Sonny's eggs alone, would you?
Oh, come on. Sonny was making them good. That it? I think that's it. Oh, hold on.
Come quick! They're ready! They look yummy! Sort of like the sun. It's rising again.
Well, and there's our, again, I don't know if that's copyrighted either. So, 3 continues, but 2 of those continues in that final fight. That sucks, because all the way up until actually getting on, you know, the ship, not a single continue. I was doing so good. Alert phases wasn't great. Recovery items, 18. Weapon types procured, 43. Flashbacks watched, 227. I wonder how many there actually were. I tried to get them all. I tried to make sure I got them all. I am an eagle. Alrighty. What? Did I get... Wait. What? What does that mean? To experienced weapon handlers who racked up their headshot count. Okay. Guess I had a lot of good headshots. Scorpion. Extra solo who neutralize a small number of enemies. Hold on. Awarded to expert soldiers who neutralize a small number of enemies. Were rarely spotted and died only a few times. All right, cool. And who worked diligently to procure items on the battlefield. Okay. So I did some good things. Legion bonus, a new item. High precision automatic pistol. Cool. Ah, the suit. During civilian life. Command vests. Customize all types of just by its green coloring. Okay. Oh, all right. So, blue one. Red one. Orange one. Sure. Give me all the colors of the rainbow. Become available after you meet up with Mark II during your next play. Okay. Yep. Save it up. Oh, I'll read that here in just a second. Okay. Say Peace Walker and 5 tells how Big Boss continues, and that's important. Going rogue. Like out of... I hate that sound. That drives me nuts. Alright, let me get back to a point where I can talk now. Turn that down a bit. Okay. This continues, and that's important. Going rogue, like Outer Heaven is also missing. Again, it's important to know who he was. Point on episode character of this. this game. Before we have combined the oil platforms of Shadow Moses, it's crazy to take it all in. Nod to the player, yes, and then going further, showing how the game brainwash you. If you smoke cigars, should be one of the last scene. I mean, yeah, so, like, especially, like, trying to get all of the information, right? You know, to get that backstory of who Big Boss is, why he's so important. Like, obviously, when he, basically thinks that the boss just laid down arms and he just kind of snaps, I guess, at that point. At least it's what it seems like. And then there's other things going on in the background, too, that over the course of the playthrough, you know, you can put together. It's like, okay, yeah, during the Peace Walker incident, yeah, he basically, like, accepts his role, his title as Big Boss. But then by the time, like, MGS5 rolls around, right? And, yeah, then there's Venom. And then you start listening to these audio logs and stuff, and you realize in the background, Zero was also doing some crazy stuff, hence when the clones were created. And there's so many layers even in the background that you don't see that you kind of have to just pick up on as you go. It makes it for an amazing story. And to be able to get all of those pieces, I feel like you do kind of have to play through all of them. I do feel, though, that, again, I wanted to, because I'd never done it, obviously, and it was part of the series. The original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, the original MSX games, played those because those are, kind of technically speaking, the first two chapters of Solid Snake's, like, arc. And good lord, those are rough. Those ones, in games that are that old, it's not that they're bad. It's just I have a hard time, getting invested in games that are that old. I guess I've been spoiled with cinematic masterpieces like this, that playing something that old with, I mean, you don't get to hear the characters' voices because they're not voiced. You don't get a sense of who the characters are. I hate reading. I hate it. So, like, when somebody says, oh, well, you know, like, if you read this book compared to watching the movie, this book is so much better. But I don't care. I'm a visual guy. I need to see it. I also need to hear it. That's how I register things better. When I start reading something, and you probably just noticed it as I was reading those comments right there, I kind of jump around a lot, and I kind of just skim. I don't mean to do it that way, but I kind of have to read things a couple times in order to kind of process it. It's just the way that I am. So, if somebody gives me a book, I'll read, like, the first sentence and a half, and at that point, my mind has checked out. I don't care anymore. You know, I gotta see it, I gotta hear it, and with older games like that, that's not there. Obviously, right? So, but in those two games, there are references by the time MGS1 rolls around, with Snake talking about, like, oh, I've had run-ins with Metal Gear in the past. Oh, I've killed this guy, Big Boss. You said he was my father, which you see, you know, in the other two games. Gray Fox and Snake having the fist fight in the minefield, you know, that's referenced. You get to see that. Like, these are events that I wanted to have some more context to, and I got them, but now that I've gotten them once, I don't feel like I ever need to experience that again. So, something like Portable Ops, I feel like I'll never play again. Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, I don't think I'll ever play again. Peace Walker, to obtain a Big Boss rank? Nope. Probably not. Rankings in any game, period. Not even counting just Metal Gears, but just rankings, I don't concern myself with. I don't care. You know, because I know that that's something that some people strive for. It gives them some people a reason to replay certain games. So I get it. I understand it. But for me, the story is the key. And if I enjoy the story enough, I will go back and replay that game over and over and over again just to relive that story. You know, trying to accomplish something to get a certain ranking or to get all the trophies or achievements or any of that stuff, none of that matters to me. I couldn't even begin to care any less about any of that stuff. My brother, though, I will say, did feel the same way. Like, he had been playing these games ever since, I think even before he was a teenager, I'm pretty sure. He's pretty young when he started playing these. And I think it was just last year or 2 years ago maybe or something like that. He goes, you know, I've never, ever gotten a big boss rank. I feel like I need to do that. You know, so I can see how that's a good way for some to go back and, you know, revisit some of these games. But that's something that just, again, I would go back to any of these for the story, and that's the main thing. If I get the story out of it, I'm good. If I gotta sit and grind for something and do things over and over and over and over again, trying to get things down to like a perfect science in order to achieve a certain thing, I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of patience. I simply don't care enough. You know, what about VR missions? What about VR missions? I've already done some VR missions. I did a one-off in between MGS, the Twin Snakes, and 2, because it's suggested that the VR missions game on the PS1 was the VR regimen that Raiden went through prior to being shipped off and sent to the big shell for the Sons of the Patriots like incident and all that. So I did do some VR missions already at this point, because it kind of fit kind of nice and neat, you know, in between those two chapters. So, but that's another one. VR missions, I will never go back and play again. There's no story. There's no point for me doing it. That's just me. It doesn't, doing those kind of things doesn't give me any satisfaction. None. A story that I can get behind with characters that I really enjoy, and if I come away from a story thoroughly enjoying it and feeling like I can resonate with some of the characters, or if I can understand somewhat of who these characters are, their you know, their motivations, their emotions, if I can get invested like that, that's what gives me satisfaction. So yeah, trying to get ranks, you know, just doing the VR missions or whatever. I know that's, I feel like I'm, you know, kind of in the minority here, where the story and the characters, the character development is the most important thing to me, where most people don't seem to care. I know a lot of people just skip cutscenes because they just want to play the game, and as long as the gameplay is great, then none of the rest of that matters. I'm the exact opposite. You know, if the story and the characters are good and I can get invested in those characters in that story, if I care about what's going to happen next or what's going to happen to them, how they're going to solve a problem or whatever, to me, a good story and characters will make up even for lackluster gameplay every single time. Most times. I shouldn't say every single time. Sometimes the gameplay is so freaking bad, you know, not a whole lot can save it. But most of the time, it would even save a game, for me, in my eyes, and my enjoyment for even lackluster gameplay 9 times out of 10. So, Final Fantasy VII, probably never. I say probably because these days I'm trying to never say never, but Final Fantasy, something I have never remotely given a damn about. Now, from what I understand, excuse me. From what I understand, not all of them are like this. But from what I've seen and what I understand about Final Fantasy, a lot of it is like turn-based combat stuff. And if it's turn-based combat, I will not touch it. Ever. Period. I hate turn-based combat games. I hate them with a passion. So again, I know not all of them are, but I don't even know which ones are and which ones aren't. I simply don't care. So now I have heard that there are some of them that have really great stories, but I have a hard time being interested in some of those as well, because when I see certain things, certain screenshots or little video clips or whatever, it seems anime-like to me in its presentation, and I'm not a huge anime fan. So even visually, it's not appealing to me. So I'd be willing to say that that's probably not going to happen. But again, I'm starting to buy Xboxes now, for fuck's sake, which I swore I would never do. Having an Xbox in my house feels like sacrilege. I feel filthy having those in my house. Like it's complete betrayal. But if Sony wouldn't have betrayed me first, maybe we wouldn't have this problem. Anyway, I'm getting off on tangents that had nothing to do with my review here. Another thing I did enjoy about this was, being that I did them in chronological order, and chronologically and release order, they jumped around all over the place, right? Different time periods of when the games were released, different hardware than they were released on, different eras of, the states of the technology that they were released in. So, to go from the very beginning with, the remake of Snake Eater on the PS5 to immediately the next game being on the handheld, the PSP, to go to something on the PS3, and then by the time we start getting to, the second half of the series, now I'm playing this one on the GameCube, and then this one on the original Xbox, and, so many different button configurations and layouts, just different types of hardware. I was very worried about burnout with doing a 10-game series. And I did have that break. There was a month and a half or maybe 2 months somewhere in there that I broke it up halfway through, trying to avoid the burnout, and I'm glad that I did that. But each game, for the most part, kind of felt that it was its own thing to a certain degree, which wasn't terrible. So I didn't have as much burnout with it as I thought that I would. I will say, now that I'm 10 games deep and we're done, I am somewhat happy to be moving on to something else, because again, I've been doing this since the end of January. It's been a long road. But certain chapters of it were a very enjoyable road. Other chapters were a bit of a drag, but overall, I'd say I enjoyed the experience. Just overall. And it was something that I set out to accomplish, and I've done that. And I'm very proud of myself for that. I don't think I've ever played a series ever in my life that has that many releases. and played them all the way through. I can't think of one at all. The closest that might come that I've played so far is probably Uncharted. That's all 6 of those. But that, I think, is as close as it gets. Now, I do have another one that I want to do sometime in the future that I believe last I counted is 8 games, and there's a new one coming out, so that'll make 9. So we're getting close, to another very lengthy series if they keep, releasing a couple more titles or something. But, I knew it was going to be lengthy. I knew it was going to be, to me, a bit of a challenge, but we did it, and I'm thankful for it. So, you shouldn't do it. Could be that the next X console can play all Xbox games. I've been hearing that. However, I want to see more details about that. I'm gonna have to wait to see more of the details, because from what I've seen or heard currently, it's like, yeah, they can play all the Xbox games, but essentially it sounds like it would read the disc and either just download it to your hard drive, or basically be kind of like a Nintendo Switch key card where it gives you a license or whatever, and then you don't really even need the disc again at that point. And to me, it's better than digital only, but to me it's still not great. It's still not what I'm looking for. It's still not what I want. And then another contributing factor would be price. How much is that going to cost? If there's a machine that can be able to, you'd be able to take what now, Xbox 360, One, Series X, and then the newest one. We're talking what, 5 generations of games on one machine? How much is that going to cost? Maybe not as much as I think, because I believe most of the Xbox consoles, maybe all of them, they're all on DVD discs, so it's all the same format. So maybe it wouldn't be as expensive as I initially thought that it would be, now that I'm sitting thinking about it. But still, price is going to come and be a factor. That's another problem I got with Sony. Not only are they taking my physical games away, but I'm hearing that their next console could be $1,000. Well, fuck you, Sony. I don't have that kind of money, and I'm especially not going to spend it on a digital-only console. You're out of your goddamn mind. That's not happening. I'm not doing it. So, I gotta wait to see what comes with the next console generation when that time comes. As far as I can tell, we still got another, year or two until we really start seeing that. So, and a lot of things may still change from now till then. It's hard to say. So, as a part of my review, there was one thing that I wanted to bring up here. And I think I'll be about done. There was just a lot I wanted to talk about, and I've gotten sidetracked several times, and I kind of forgot some of the things I talked about and what I haven't. But again, as far as the overall arching story of the whole thing is concerned, for the most part, it's very, very good. I did find several times that there were certain details that don't make sense to me. I'm still a little confused about how this whole thing wraps up and ends. So for instance, by the time we get to the end, right? And Snake says to Ocelot, he goes, well, you could have stopped all of this. And he goes, well, why would I want to do that? This is exactly how I wanted it to end. And I'm thinking to myself, well, then why in the hell were you trying to kill him? Why? For what? If you would have killed him, this probably wouldn't have happened like this. So, you tried to run him over with the submarine, my guy. That would have kind of put a wrench in your plan there, wouldn't it? And Liquid Snake says the same thing in MGS1, even. They manipulate Snake, right, to, use the key cards to activate Metal Gear Rex. And they're like, oh, thanks. We couldn't get the one guy's code, so we needed you to do this. Well, then why were you shooting missiles at him from a helicopter? Why the hell was Raven trying to use a minigun to turn him into Swiss cheese? Why is that a thing? Like, I feel like this is one of these series, right? If you can really enjoy it if you don't think too hard about it. You start thinking about some of these things in a little too much detail, and some of it starts to fall apart a little bit. At least for me, it does. But if you kind of just take some things at face value, it's an amazing story. Oh, and when we saw Johnny and Meryl, rolling around on the ground, and they're saying they want to get married and all that stuff. And then with Raiden, and this right here with Raiden is why I won't do Rising. I know that, from what I understand, canonically, Rising that takes place after this is canon, but I don't care. For one thing, I don't like Raiden. Two, I feel like the story ends here. The story's told. They even have Raiden, Rose, and Little John, all come back together, and they're a family. And for Raiden, who we don't know how he gets turned into a freaking cyborg ninja. That's never explained. But that's a pretty happy ending, right? It's about as happy ending as you can get for the guy. Well, then come Rising, he just abandons them and goes all the way across the planet and gets involved in a whole bunch of other crap. No, I would rather just say, you know what? Snake still even fought for Raiden's future too. Everybody else's too, but Raiden's included in that. Give him his happy ending and that's it. It's done. But I understand that, I think Big Boss said it in the very ending there, that, well, when one evil is, taken out, another, a new world, comes to light. And I take that as, and just like in the story of Rising, because I've seen a playthrough of that too, that when one evil person or evil entity or evil corporation or whatever, evil government, take your pick, when one is gone, there will always be something or someone right next in line to take their place. So the Metal Gear universe, obviously, I know Kojima's not a part of it anymore, hasn't been, won't be. But if there's room, there's a little wiggle room there, it could have been continued. I just don't think it should have been with Raiden. If they were going to do something with Raiden, there was the word out there, you can find it on the interweb somewhere, where the initial idea was to give us the chapter in between 2 and 4 of how he became a cyborg ninja, how he saved Sonny and the whole transition there. If that would have happened, then I would have included in the series playthrough, because that's important information. I kind of need to know these things, or I would like to know these things. But that didn't happen. They did Rising instead. But if they wanted to continue, like, the Metal Gear series, by the time we've got, like, towards this end, and there's Johnny and there's Meryl, Johnny redeems himself a bit towards the end. A little bit of a badass, still kind of a goof, but I feel like there's a very interesting dynamic there between those two characters. And I feel as though if there was another global threat, if there was another, if the world needs saving again in this Metal Gear universe, I feel like Meryl may have been the only one that, the only one you could have brought back potentially to be a main character in another Metal Gear game going forward, just because she's, well, human, just like Snake. She's not a cyborg ninja. It's just because it also looks like Rising, that Rising is not Metal Gear. Metal Gear is not a hack and slash. Never has been. I don't think ever will be. you know, it completely deviated from what made Metal Gear, well, Metal Gear. So, but if you wanted to actually have another sneaking stealth action game, you would need a character from the universe that can step into those shoes. And I feel like Meryl and Johnny could have take that interesting dynamic. And I don't know if you could have made it like two different playable characters that you could switch on and off with, or one would just be like an AI character that just follows you around or something. But I could see them kind of like getting into it, like in the middle of a battlefield or something, you know, have some goofy, fun dialogue in the middle of some things or something. But anyways, you know, I feel like maybe they could have done something with that, but be that as it may. The only thing we'll probably get any more, maybe be more remakes, which, depending on which ones they do, and depending on what consoles they are on, and whether they're physical or digital, will determine on when if I'll ever get to play them. But, I have a way to be able to play the entire story, if I want to. And I'm fine with this. This was a journey. For sure. And happy to have done it. Glad to have finished it. I feel like I accomplished something. That's my trophy. That's my achievement. I achieved something. So what that means now is that tomorrow night it's time for another one-off stream, which works perfectly because it means the next full-length playthrough I can start next Tuesday. So tomorrow night we're going to be going old school again with the Nintendo 64. We're going to be doing a one-off of WCW versus NWO Revenge on the Nintendo 64. That's a game I've never played before. So, we've got that. And then come next week, so starting next Tuesday, I'm going to start another stealth action game that, when I looked it up, supposedly took a bunch of inspiration from the Metal Gear and Splinter Cell franchises. It's a game called Rogue Ops. It's a game that I wanted to do before I even started the Metal Gear series playthrough. That was going to kind of be like dipping my toes into the stealth action genre before starting this, and the way things fell, that just didn't happen. So I'm going to be doing it now. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I have no idea. I don't ever hear anybody talk about it. Nobody ever mentions it. And I don't know. It may completely suck. It may be one of those ones that's not good, not bad, so therefore it's forgettable and kind of gets swept under the rug. I don't know, but starting next Tuesday, we're going to find out. So that's the plans going forward. Now, I got a little bit more time here, so those of you that wanted to check out the series play, again, on the YouTube channel, there is going to be, and there is, a playlist that has this entire series playthrough from beginning to end, from Snake Eater all the way till now, in chronological order. And at the very bottom, there's also my playthrough of MGS1 on the PS1 from 2 or 3 years ago. So that's in there too. Hey, what's up, Wins? We're about done here, my friend. But nice to see you anyways. Thank you for stopping by. We might be able to chat here a little bit longer. I do still have a little bit more time. We were talking about, you know, me and Young here, we were talking about, you know, the next console generations and, you know, stuff like that. There's one other thing I wanted to say, I wanted to mention, and now I'm drawing a blank. Damn it. Oh, but anyways, yeah, that series playthrough will be there. You can watch it from beginning to end if you'd like. So, for those of you that checked out the series playthrough, thank you. And yeah, that's basically it for this. So, Wins, what have you been up to? And Young, are you I may have asked you this already, but I ask everybody, and depending on how often it is I get to speak with them, I don't remember if there was an answer. You console or a PC player, a little of both? Are you excited for this next console generation? Are you not? You know? Me, unfortunately, I believe that I'll probably be excluded from the next console generation. I'm not going to be able to afford it if I wanted to. Looks like PC for wins. So it looks like by the time January 2028 rolls around, unless Sony backtracks, which I don't see happening. I did see something that they said that, oh, well, in this transition, we're going to still release games physically in a box, but it's just going to be a code. That's not a physical game, you fucking tools. You know, that's not even what we're talking about. Like, you are missing the mark completely. So, you know, as expensive as, you know, the next console generation is being rumored to be on top of physical media phasing out, looks like after about January 2028, any gaming I'm going to be doing is whatever was released from that point and backwards. That's what it's going to be for me, I guess. Time for an upgrade and no money. That's one of the biggest contributing factors for me of why I've never got into PC gaming. I know my brother did for a while, and he was enjoying it for a while, and I wouldn't budge. I think, you know, I don't think he was necessarily trying to convince me to go that route, but, you know, we talk often about, well, you know, this is better for this reason or that reason or that reason, and it's like, well, you know, yeah, you got a good enough PC to play now, you know, games now, but in 3 months when this next game comes out and its specs, you know, are higher than what yours can do, you know, or even if it meets bare minimum, but it doesn't, you know, maybe the game doesn't look as good or doesn't run as good as you would like it to or should have, well then, yeah, then you got, instead of just a however many dollar, you know, game that you spent, well, now you got to spend however much more on, no, yeah, on upgrades and whatnot, you know. So I'll wait a moment. But, you know, I think, so, excuse me. So, part of the issue for me has always been the money aspect of it. You know, to buy a game for however much, and then you might have to have, what, a several $100 upgrade or something to the next biggest, baddest thing, to me makes no sense. And I don't know, I guess it could be argued. Back now? Okay, I was trying to stall until then. But yeah, so the money issue for like PC upgrades is a massive thing to me. I figure, you know, if I bought a brand new console, which I don't know if I've ever bought a brand new console. Either somebody got it for me for Christmas or birthday or something like that. But it's like, well, this console will play whatever games comes out on it for the next, what, 7 to 10 years, and I'm good with that. You know, I feel like a PC, I felt like my brother was upgrading his every year, every other year, maybe something like that. Like, oh, well, now I got to get this, or now I got to get that, and it just seemed like a massive hassle. Whoops. And then, you know, on top of, depending on what it was that he wanted to play, I know at one point he wanted to play through like all the Assassin's Creeds. When he was trying to play all the Assassin's Creeds, there was one or two of them basically wouldn't even play. Then he had to get fan patches and crap to, you know, install a bunch of other crap to even try to get the games to even function right. And it just, no. I want to pop in the game and I want to play the damn thing. It's as simple as that. Like, if it's just, there's no reason for it to be that complicated. You know, it shouldn't be that complicated. So, and then just part of it's a nostalgia thing for me. We had a PC that we played a couple games on growing up, but it was simple stuff. You know, The Sims, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Evel Knievel's Stunt Racer, or whatever the hell that game was called. You know, when we were really young, we had like some of the Tonka games, stuff like that. Not like ones that would need like this PC that had massive, like, ridiculous, like, computing power to play. Because it was something that my folks, they simply bought just to do stuff that they needed to at the house. You know, print out documents or stuff or whatever. It just so happens we could play a couple of these other games on it or whatever. So we've always just had the consoles. So that's what we always had growing up. That's what I'm used to. That's really all I really ever known. So, that's just what I prefer because that's what I grew up with. That's what's familiar to me. And I was thinking about it the other day because it may have been my brother, it might have been like my best friend I was talking to. Of why I'm so pissed off at, you know, Sony for getting rid of the physical games and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, I'm in my mid-30s now, and I've always had physical games. I've always had the consoles, and now that's going away, and I feel as though, there may still be a couple other things if I think about it hard enough, but I feel as though that's like the last thing that's linking basically my childhood to my life now. Everything else has changed. Everything is either changed or it's gone. You know? So many things have changed in the last, hell, even decade. But you look at the last 2 decades and how things have progressed, changed, the way technology has advanced. Just how everything is different from like when we grew up in the 90s, right? That being able to just simply take a game and pop it into my console now, just like I could, you know, when I was a kid, it's like one of the only thing that I got left. And now that's going away. And not only that it pissed me off, it kind of makes me sad. And I said, you know, I feel that's why people start having midlife crisis. You know, I hear about the midlife crisis all the time. I'm waiting for mine to start kicking in. And maybe this. I feel like as though that people start going through this when the world that they were brought up in no longer exists anymore. And they don't really know how to process that. You know? Obviously, not everything changes in an instant and it's different overnight. But at some point, eventually, when you're growing up and in your formative years, what makes you who you are, that world is gone. I don't know. I feel like you just lost at that point. It's like, this isn't the world I grew up in. What happened? And I don't know. Maybe that just, maybe people going through a midlife crisis at that point are just trying to find their place in the world at that point. I'm not sure why physical games and PC to consoles and everything have led me to this point. Oh, it's because it's that consoles and the physical games, they mean that much to me because partially because of those reasons. So, PC can't. Yes, his laptops got rid of the. Laptops got rid of the what? That looks like a save icon. Was that a floppy disk? Discs. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, even in my big PC here now, I got a huge tower here. It doesn't have a freaking disk drive. I had to get an external one to plug into one of the USB ports. A little disappointed in that. But I don't know. Like, I understand things change. Things evolve. I don't know necessarily if human beings were meant for that. Obviously, it's happened over, what, 100 to 200,000 years. It continues to happen and will continue to happen. But, I don't know, you see it all the time. Things change and evolve and people aren't ready for it and they don't know how to process and deal with it. I'm getting to that point. So, I don't know, all I can hope for, I guess, is going forward that either some other company will come along and they'll be smart and be like, you know what, we're going to pick up on that physical game market because there's an entire, there's an entire group of people out there that has made their voices very much heard. That there's a part of the market now that is now being ignored. That we can basically capitalize on. Or just some enthusiasts. I mean, and there are other companies that are doing it, right? Hyperkin has been doing it for quite a long time, where they've got these new machines that you can play, the older physical media on. I would like to see maybe a disc-based one come out at some point so that we have that option too. So I'm hoping that somebody somewhere will keep the physical gaming alive. There's already people out there trying their best to do that. And I'll just have to support those things. I know that when it comes to like a company like Limited Run, some people like them, some don't. I haven't really looked into why some people like them and why they don't. There's something about that. But with companies like Limited Run that would at least do a certain number of copies to at least give people a chance to get something physically. I don't know if we'd have to rely on other companies like them or hope another one comes around where they can start giving us some physical versions of some stuff. I'm hoping somebody somewhere will fill that gap and fill that void, because it'd be stupid not to. I mean, again, there's money being left on the table there. I don't care what anybody says. It is what it is. There it is. And, give us our option back. So, it'll be, I don't know. I'd hate to see that go away. It would truly be the end of an era. Gaming all the way back to the Channel F has had removable physical versions of games. And if somebody would have told me, even 15 years ago or something like that, like, oh, eventually it's just going to be all digital, we'll be doing all physical games, you're out of your mind. What? That's crazy. I'm not saying digital games need to go away. I'm just saying that, it sucks that the options are always good. I feel like I've never seen anything in life where options are bad. Options. There's so many people out in the world, and there's so many people that Everybody has their own differing opinions, their own things that they like, their own preferences, I guess the word I'm looking for. And when there's options to be able to satisfy all those different preferences, what's wrong with that? I guess in this case, what's wrong with that? The problem is that somebody's missing out on more quarterly bonuses because there's production costs involved. That's a whole nother thing. I don't want to get into that right now. But at this point, guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. I finished what I set out to do. Is what? About a little over 7 months in the making for this series playthrough to get finished. I guess I'd have to say, after playing all 10 of these games, right? When I think about it, because I've already mentioned that there's some that I would go back and play. Snake Eater, 4, and there's several of them I would never play again. I have no reason to. I have no need to. If I had to say what my favorite Metal Gear is out of all of the ones that I've played, I'd sadly have to say it'd be the one that I did not play for this series playthrough, and that's MGS1 on the PS1. To me, that's just my favorite one. To me, it's perfect. The only thing about MGS1 on the PS1 is it kind of looks a little ugly these days. Other than that, it's absolutely perfect. It's not overly complicated. It set the stage for literally everything after that, and it's cast such a big shadow that I don't feel like the rest of the series is able to truly get away from it. You know, they tried to make iconic... There's almost every character in the original Metal Gear Solid is iconic. And so many times they even tried to copy them or take elements of those characters and repurpose them or reuse them or change them into something else, but the core thing is still there throughout the entire rest of the series. Shadow Moses is iconic, so much so that they had to incorporate it into, you know, the final chapter of the series, of the story. You know, so again, the gameplay was simplified. There wasn't so many weapon options. There wasn't so many game mechanics that you had to try to figure all this crap out. It's just, I don't know. The voice acting was superb. I think it actually has one of the better stories throughout the series, just as a singular chapter. After all of this, I still don't think anything can top MGS1 on the original PlayStation. So that's I guess where I'm gonna leave that. So that's it for the Metal Gear series playthrough, the Big Boss Solid Snake Saga. Once again, I will be streaming again tomorrow night. I still have one more stream this week, so it's going to be a one-off. We're going to be doing WCW NWO Revenge on the Nintendo 64. And then next week, we'll start the next full-length playthrough, which is going to be Rogue Ops on the PlayStation 2. So, with that being said, shout-outs to Young, DR313, and to whoever wins for stopping by, hanging out, chatting with me for a little while. I just seen a new follow, I believe, as well. For some reason, still over here, that still seems broken. I don't know why that over there, my little box, is still not updating. I tried to fix it. I thought I did. Apparently, I did not. But Cat on PC, thank you very much. Cat on PC, thank you for the follow. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Hello? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. You caught me here just as I'm wrapping up and getting ready to sign off. I don't know how much of the whole rest of the conversation you may have seen or heard, but I appreciate you nonetheless, and I will be back tomorrow night. I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern start time. For me, I'm not sure where you are, what your time zone looks like, and what the time difference may or may not be, but that's my start times. In order to keep up on the stream schedules, for those that don't know, so you know to catch on the next one. All right, good to know. Good to know. But again, I don't try to force this on anyone, but it's just information. We do have a Discord. I say we, my brother and I, we have a Discord. The link is there in the description, in the chat. I'm getting tired. In the chat there, and we update what it is that we're going to stream next and when there all the time. I try to do my streams in like 6-game blocks, so you kind of have an idea of what's coming up next and when. And tomorrow night, we're going to the Nintendo 64 with WCW NWO Revenge, and then we're going to be starting Rogue Ops on the PlayStation 2 next Tuesday night. So some more stealth action coming next week. And then I have a whole bunch of other games lined up. I stream all types of different games here. I try to do some old school stuff, some newer stuff. I did play that one already. I did this series playthrough in chronological order. So I started first with Snake Eater, and then went to Portable Ops, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, played the Twin Snakes version of the first Metal Gear Solid, because I'd never played that version before, where I had played the original version 2 or 3 years ago, and then 2, and then finally with 4. So yeah, it was a long journey. I had been playing I've been playing these games since the end of January. So if you're interested in catching all of that, again, not a requirement. I just, if you have the information, it's nice to know, right? There is a YouTube channel where I archive all of my streams. I think there's 400 something live stream replays over there right now, because I've been doing this for a few years. There is a playlist over there that has the entire series playthrough in it, and I believe this video makes like 51 streams that I did for this entire series when it comes right down to it. Well, some of them are two-parters because I had an issue with either the stream screwing up or my computer crashing or whatever. So some of the episodes kind of got broken up into a couple different parts sometimes. But the whole series is in there, and you can watch all of it from beginning to end if you'd like. And it's not just that. There are full playthroughs of a lot of games. Very many games. I've done a couple other series playthroughs up to this point. I've done the Uncharted series, all 6 of them. I've done the Resistance series, the 3 PS3 games and the handhelds. I've done the Mirror's Edge games. There's 2 of those. I did the Blood Rain games, all 3 of those. And then I'll do some other playthroughs that aren't part of a series. Just other things that I find interesting. Like, some time ago, I did the 007 First Light. That whole playthrough's on there if you'd like to see it. I'll go old school and go back a ways, and I do something like Conquer Live and Reloaded, that whole playthrough. But also, in between my full-length playthroughs, I do what I just call one-off streams. And that's just a one-stream thing on a game that maybe I know nothing about, or one that I just kind of revisit, but maybe it's a very old game and wouldn't necessarily be a good full playthrough game. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So I'll just do a one-off. We'll have some fun with it, and then I'll move on to my next full-length playthrough. So the way it works, full-length playthrough, one-off, full-length playthrough, one-off, rinse and repeat. And I'll play games ranging from the PlayStation 5 all the way back to the original Nintendo, and I'm even going to start adding a couple Sega Master System games in there as well. I do my best to play everything on its original hardware whenever possible. I'm currently collecting, you see in the back here, the collection that's building. Collecting for 16 different consoles currently. So, anything that I play, I try to play on the original hardware. And I even play and stream certain games off of some of my handhelds. So I've got the hookups for the PSP, so I can play PSP games on stream. So you guys can check stuff out like that. Even modded my Vita so that I can stream from the Vita, so we can play Vita games here. And we can experience some of that stuff. So try to do a bunch of neat things here as often as I can. I try to change things up as often as I can so that I'm not playing too much of one thing, because I like a variety of things. I want to try a lot of different games. A lot of these consoles I'm collecting for these days I've never owned up until these last maybe 2 years. So I'm trying to check out those libraries. So I try to switch things up from one console to another, but also to genre. So, okay, we'll do some stealth action, and then we'll do some racing, and then we'll do some fighting, and then we'll do some, I don't know, just a straight up shooter. You know, just try to change it and break it up a lot. So try to do a whole bunch of different things as much as I can. But again, there's a lot of things over there on the YouTube channel. And then I also have YouTube-specific gaming-related videos over there as well. Again, not necessary or anything, but it is there if you would like to check those things out. So, but again, I appreciate the follow. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. And for, chatting with me for a moment before I sign off here. I gotta see why this box over here is not updating. I don't get that. I logged in and I messed with it, but for some reason, it does not want to update, and I wish it would. I don't know how to fix that. I have to look into that some more, I guess. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight. So again, 11:30 p.m. start time again tomorrow night, where we're gonna have the one-off of WCW NWO Revenge. It's a game I've never played before on the Nintendo 64. So, once again, one last shout out, Young, DR313, whoever wins, and now, Cat on PC. Thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out, chatting with me, and I'm going to have some cool playthroughs coming up here in the next month or two. I got a couple other series that I'm looking into to get into, I hope, because I've got all the games for for some of these series now. So, should be fun. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff. So, that's going to be it for me tonight. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow night for the last stream of the week. So, until then, I'm D, and I'm the Grim Gamer, and I'll catch y'all later.